Well, hello to you, one and all, and welcome to the show. Today is Friday, February 2nd, 2024. My name is Lenny Hernandez, and we have a wonderful episode of Arrow Nicely News to share with you all on this fine day. On today's show, we're celebrating our resident services teams during Activity Professionals Week. We're examining the important issue of poverty during Poverty Awareness Month. We're checking out the Baldwin-Wallace University events happening at the VITALIAs. Communities take time to learn about and honor the Holocaust during Holocaust Remembrance Day. And finally, we're visiting the Western Missouri area as the Kansas City Chiefs gear up for the Super Bowl. Oh my, now that is a lot of nicely news to get through, so let's not dilly-dally any longer, and let's start the show. Welcome to Arrow Nicely News.
Well, I might take a plane, I may take a train. If I have to walk, I'm going just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come.
First up, Arrow Senior Living is celebrating the resident services teams during Activity Professionals Week. In 2024, National Activity Professionals Week was celebrated from January 21st through the 27th, and it gave us an opportunity to celebrate our resident services teams and the amazing work that they do. These dedicated and compassionate professionals make sure that community residence days are filled with excitement, laughter, tender moments, opportunities for growth, chances to involve family and friends, and so much more. Truly, words cannot describe how special these team members are to our communities and to the residents. We are just so grateful for all that they do to enrich the lives of residents day in and day out. And we hope that the tokens of appreciation and celebrations that communities offered up to them express to them just how much that they mean to our communities. So happy Activity Professionals Week to our amazing resident services teams. You are all just so appreciated, and we are just so grateful for all that you do. Next, we're taking a look at Poverty Awareness Month and how communities showed up to learn and participate in fighting poverty. As a learning opportunity on January 8th, Arrow released a poverty awareness discussion where Ayanna King of Maximum Communications and Resident Services Director Isabella of Vitalia Menor discussed what poverty really is, what types of poverty exist, some of the causes of poverty, and so much more.
There are 6 separate types of poverty, which we can kind of focus in on as well. To start off, there's situational poverty, which is all based on an adverse life experience that someone has experienced. It's very common. You probably know somebody who has experienced this, or you yourself has. It can look like the loss of a job, a divorce, a health crisis. And my mind immediately goes to the pandemic. Think about how many people's lives were affected with their loss of income and how, the economy really took a hit from the pandemic. That's a great example of situational poverty.
That is a really good example of situational poverty. I think the other thing people don't understand about poverty is that poverty is sometimes unfairly hitched to laziness, right? Or people just not wanting to work. But with situational poverty specifically, someone can be working, right? Someone can be actively engaged in working in the American workforce, right? And still be experiencing situational poverty.
Then communities stepped up to take on poverty head on. The Township Senior Living Knitting Group handmade hats for donations to newborns in need and the Victoria Mission. Rock Creek Senior Living made a gift basket for Wesley Life Meals on Wheels to support the team doing that important work. The Boulevard Senior Living St. Charles assembled family meal kits of Operation Food Search. Each kit contained ingredients to make a hot dinner for a family of 4. They also included handwritten cards in those kits. The Summit Senior Living delivered meals for their local Meals on Wheels, an act that so inspired one resident that they signed up to do it again. And Vitalia Solon teamed up with their friends at the Solon High School Young Hearts Club to package meals for the homeless in Cleveland. Once assembled, the decorated bags were delivered to the Cuyahoga Valley Church to be distributed to those in need. Those are just a few things that residents did to give back to those in need in their communities outside of Arrow. We are just so proud of their generosity and dedication to helping. So a big thank you to all of you who stepped up to help, and congratulations, because your kindness helps more than you even realize. So good work out there. Baldwin-Wallace University and the VITALIAs have a treasured partnership that provides residents access to amazing learning opportunities both on campus and within their communities. And recently, Baldwin-Wallace educators hosted art classes for our residents at our communities. Residents from multiple communities had the chance to stretch their artistic muscles and create beautiful upcycled pieces where they added their own touches to already made works. You can see how much fun everyone had adding their own spin to these landscapes and still lifes. I've said it before and I will say it again, y'all. We have some serious talent in our communities, and we love it when they get to show off those talents. So a huge thank you to the Baldwin-Wallace teachers who came out and helped our residents get their creative on. And well done to all of our artists out there. From one creative to another, that stuff is amazing. January 27th was Holocaust Remembrance Day. Well, to honor the day, residents viewed a very special history presentation, History with Tony, Holocaust Remembrance Day. Arrow resident Tony Stevens created a touching and informative video all about the Holocaust, because only by learning about the past can we ensure that we don't repeat the same mistakes in the present.
It's important to remember these victims were human beings. They lived. They weren't just numbers. And that's so easy to lose track of when we talk about this. We always have to be suspect when any group or class of people are demonized. When you hear someone demonizing a total group of people, that should be a red flag. One person said, the Holocaust didn't begin in the gas chambers. It began as words. Got to remember that.
All right, let's go ahead and end things on a high note, shall we? With the exciting news that the Kansas City Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl once again. Arrow has many communities in the western Missouri area, so our residents are pumped as heck that their team is going to the big game. Residents are already decked out in their team colors and jerseys, so you know that they're going to be partying hard once February 11th rolls around. The Chiefs will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers, and since Arrow doesn't have any communities in California, we hope that you will all join our western Missouri communities in rooting for the Chiefs. We are just so excited for the game, and we've got our fingers crossed for a Chiefs win. Woo-woo! All right, go Kansas City Taylor Swifts! Woo! And me, being a fan of an NFC West team that's not the 49ers, I am rooting hard against the 49ers. So go Chiefs! Well, everybody, that'll do it for this episode of Arrow Nicely News. As sad as it is to say goodbye, keep that chin up, because we will be back in 7 short days with another episode of joy and happiness. And I will be just so excited to see you all again then. For Arrow Nicely News, I'm Lenny Hernandez. Have a wonderful weekend, an even better week, and we will see you all next Friday.
Kansas City.